What's good with y'all, man? We back with another video, and today what I got for you guys is ranking the Spider-Man adaptations in a tier list. Yeah, I know it's something different, but I figured since Spider-Man 2, aka the game of the year, is coming out in about a week at the time of me recording this, there was no better time to rank them. I will be on that game day one ASAP, like literally right away. I'm going picking up my copy, coming back, downloading, recording it. Video will be out that Friday. Trust. And I am finishing the game, because well, number one, I want to. I make videos, but I didn't record my reaction to the first game, and that kind of is upsetting because that game was amazing, and I expect the second one to be even way better. So, yeah. That's pretty much why I'm ranking Spider-Man today. But also, I love Spider-Man. You love Spider-Man. Do I love Spider-Man more than you? Yeah, but like, you know, that's not what we're here for. We're just here for my ranking. So we'll just get into my ranking. Alright, so as you guys can see, we have our tiers on the left over here. You know, GOAT being the best, the best ones right under it being worse than the GOAT, but you know, still really good adaptations. There are a lot of good Spider-Man adaptations. 2 thumbs up is like, you know, you're great, I guess. Pretty good is good. Mid is like okay, and bruh is obviously bad. So I will say disclaimer, I have not seen all of these, specifically these 5 right here. Okay, this was like, I think the 60s, late 60s, 70s, stuff like that. I've seen parts of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I don't remember how, but I've seen parts of it. But other than that, I have indulged in all of these, so I think we're in good hands today. I mean, obviously it's my opinions, so I'm definitely in good hands, but then again, I don't know, you watching the video, so you're also in good hands. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, right away I have no opinion on these. From what I remember, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was pretty solid. It was cool, you know. It was like, I was like single digits though when I was watching it, so I couldn't tell you too much, but I enjoyed when it was on. You know, Iceman, I think her name is Firestar. Okay, yeah, I was right. It is Firestar. So Spidey, Iceman, and Firestar, you know, that was a cool little dynamic to see. That's really all I have to say about it. It was cool, you know, nothing crazy. No idea, honestly. Do I like, need I say more? So Spider-Man the 90s cartoon, this is interesting. Nah, it's gotta go in the best ones. You can't really go lower than that. The 90s cartoon is so good. Like, I'm kind of upset the way it ended. I mean, obviously I'm pretty sure it got canceled, but like, bro, you can't, it's really hard to do a Spider-Man cartoon better than that. But I mean, there was a Spider-Man cartoon better than that. We're gonna get to that, but it's a great cartoon. The Spider-Man Peter's dynamic with every character in the show is great. Such an entertaining show, visually great. You know, it's got that 90s like cartoon aesthetic. I mean, it is a 90s cartoon, so I would hope so, but you really can't just go wrong with the show. I think it's 5 seasons. You know, it dabbles with the X-Men, Ghost Riders in one of the episodes. It does have a lot of Marvel inclusions, which is really cool to see. And it's not like MCU based, so he's not like teaming up with superheroes left and right, but like, you know, it is a Spider-Man show, great Spider-Man villains. It made Venom popular from my understanding. Like, it really put Venom on the scene as like a super duper big bad Spider-Man villain, which is cool. I mean, Venom is like, I guess you can consider him the main antagonist for Spider-Man 2. Him or Kraven, but yeah, no, Spider-Man the 90s cartoon is definitely up there. Spider-Man Unlimited, now this is another one I'm sort of foggy on. I'm just putting it in pretty good as a placeholder, I know where it's going, but it was pretty enjoyable from what I remember. I don't remember how accurate it is as a Spider-Man adaptation, so that's why it's gonna be in pretty good. I mean, it's cool, you know. I was definitely hooked on it as like a wee little lad, you know. I was like, whoa, cool Spider-Man design, he has a cape, whoa, it's like in the future, whoa. So, you know, that was pretty cool, but like, that's really all I have to say about it. I can't even lie. Marvel vs. Capcom Spider-Man I'm assuming that's what this, it looks like the character art, but as an adaptation of Spider-Man, I don't know. Like, I don't really have an opinion on it because it's just Spider-Man in a fighting game. But I don't know, bro, because like his stance is iconic. His stance is really iconic. It'll get 2 thumbs up because his stance, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, great fighting game, so much fun. I haven't played it in like 15 years, but you know, it's a great game. It's so much fun. But I mean, yeah, I think him chilling in 2 thumbs up is valid. Cause you know, it's Spider-Man in a fighting game. Like, when's the last time we had Spider-Man in a fighting game? Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like, we need a legit Marvel fighter. The same thing we got as Injustice, NetherRealm. I know you watch me because I make videos on Mortal Kombat. But please develop a Marvel somehow. Get the rights, bro. I want to be able to play as Spider-Man. I want to be able to play as Scarlet Witch, bro. I want to be able to play as Wolverine. You know, that's more casual, but like that would be so cool. We need another Marvel fighting game. All right, so we're getting to our first live action Spider-Man, and he is going in the best ones. Tobey's Spider-Man definitely has his flaws, without a doubt. I do think he's a little dry sometimes, but his movies definitely help his character out a lot. I do think Spider-Man 2 is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time, including the Spider-Verse movies. I just don't. Spider-Man 2 is so hard, I think, to beat in terms of a Spider-Man story. Like, that is, it's like almost a 1-to-1 adaptation from the source material, bro. And like, the thing about these movies is they're not meant to be carbon copies, but you know, you take the source material. I don't want to say improve on it, because like sometimes you can't, but like, you know, you take that source material and you create a story out of it and then throw it on the big screen. And I think Tobey's movies have done that the best out of every live action Spider-Man with ease, bro. But yeah, Tobey Spider-Man, like I said, I think he can be a little dry sometimes, but when he shines, he really does shine. I think his performance, as much as Spider-Man 3 is memed, I think Tobey's performance in Spider-Man 3 is spectacular, phenomenal. Like it's so good. And the writing of that movie, and okay, Spider-Man 3 is not that bad. It's not. It's definitely a lot better than people give it credit for. It does fumble in the third act a little bit because it gets a little congested. But if you look at it from isolated standpoints, like Spider-Man's character arc, Peter's character arc is great. Like, I think you can argue that is better than his character arc in the second movie. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that might be a whole nother video of me ranking the live action Spider-Man movies. But Tobey is definitely one of the best with ease. I forget the name of this show. I think it's like the new animated Spider-Man series or something like that. But it's a good show. I do really like it. It's, as a Spider-Man adaptation, his Peter is a little weird. His Peter is, but I mean, not even weird. It's just more of a side of Peter we don't really see in anything like adapted, like the more, I don't want to say reserved, but this show's Peter is kind of I don't want to say calm. I don't know the word for it. He's just chilling. He's just minding his business. Not really though. But no, this is good. This is a good Spider-Man adaptation. Whenever Spider-Man's on screen, you kind of can tell it's Spider-Man. I mean, obviously, but like, it is a little odd. But I think that's just the nature of the show. It just feels very, very isolated. Not in the terms that like it's Spider-Man in a world and it's only Spider-Man. Like, it kind of feels like there's this plane, right? An empty plane, and then the show takes place here and there's nothing around it. Like, it's just a show, which isn't a bad thing, but it just kind of feels weird, at least to me sometimes. That's just a me thing. But no, this is a good adaptation. I do enjoy this show. I am like on and off rewatching it. It's Halloween season, so I've been watching a lot of Halloween things. But no, this is a good show. You can't go wrong with this watch. Spectacular Spider-Man, bro, I'm not gonna lie, he's sitting in this tier for right now. It might get moved around, but Spectacular Spider-Man is easily the best Spider-Man cartoon. Like, everything that's great about the 90s cartoon, Spectacular Spider-Man takes and improves, except the aspect of Spider-Man interacting with other superheroes, because he doesn't do that in Spectacular Spider-Man. But Spectacular Spider-Man, the theme song, banger. It's one of the best cartoon theme songs you will ever see. I love the animation and the art style of Spectacular Spider-Man. The art style I think is gorgeous. The colors they use, the color palettes, I adore. I actually adore them. The fight scenes are great, bro. Like, Spider-Man really be throwing hands in this show, and he really gets whooped in the show too, bro.
Back off. I just took down the Rhino. A pale guy in a suit doesn't stop.
Yeah, I don't know. This is such a great show. Like, Peter's character arc with everybody in the show, or not character arc. Peter's character in relation to everybody in the show is so entertaining to watch. His relationship with Gwen developing over the show, Harry, you know, the Green Goblin, like that whole dynamic between Peter being like, oh, I'm Spider-Man, I gotta stop the Green Goblin. Wait, he's my best friend. Like, you know, that's great. It's so comic accurate, you know, like his MJ's in the show, Felicia's in the show, bro. Like, Peter's major love triangle, I don't even want to say triangle, it's like a love, dude, I don't know, octagon. Like, Peter's got so many women in his life, it's crazy. But it's a great show. Flash, just the cast, the supporting cast in Spectacular Spider-Man is one of the reasons I feel it's so good, because the show feels so alive. It doesn't need Peter on the screen 24/7 to be a good show, you know. The villains, everything about the show just screams Spider-Man. I'm so upset it got canceled. Disney is bringing back the 90s show. I pray to God, bro, I pray so hard they bring Spectacular Spider-Man next. But yeah, if you haven't watched Spectacular Spider-Man, please watch it. It is so good. All right, number 2, live action Spider-Man, Andrew. Unfortunately, his movies were bad, but this is not ranking on his movies. This is ranking on their Spider-Man adaptations. So if we were to isolate Andrew from his movies, if we were to take all the Spider-Man and isolate them, all the live action Spider-Man, and isolate them from their movies, I do think Andrew is the best Spider-Man. I think he's the best actor out of the 3, which is kind of cool. Or I mean, kind of boost his spot. But Andrew's Spider-Man, like, I do think TASM 1 is a good movie. It's definitely overhated. I think TASM 2 is also a little bit overhated because Andrew carries the movie so hard. Like, every time he's on screen in TASM 1, I'm like, okay, this is cool, you know, he's Spider-Man, a little bit of a different take. But every time he's on the screen in TASM 2, I don't know if it's the suit or just Andrew. It's probably a combination of both, but every time he's on the screen in the second movie, I'm like, yo, that is literally word for word, bar for bar Spider-Man. Like, you can't be any more Spider-Man than Andrew is. From the swinging sequences, can't talking too fast. From the swinging sequences, bro. From the swinging sequences to the fight scenes, his playful banter. I mean, we all know, like, the scene where Gwen is trying to escape from Oscorp and he's just over there messing with the guards that are chasing her. Like, Andrew really does a great job as Spider-Man, and I think it definitely shows in both of the movies, which is why I would probably have him as the best live action Spider-Man if we're just looking at it from a Spider-Man, like, strictly isolated standpoint. But I mean, Tobey's also a great Spider-Man. I don't know, I go back and forth on them. I try not to be biased with Tobey because, you know, I did grow up with him, but like, I also grew up with Andrew though, so I don't know. But Andrew is a great Spider-Man. Spider-Man from the Edge of Time video game. I did play this game. I played it all the way through. I beat it. It was pretty hard. The boss fight with Felicia, I remember that was pretty difficult. This Spider-Man was pretty good from what I remember. I haven't played it recently, which is probably why. I don't remember. If you can't tell, there's definitely a theme going on in the pretty good section. But yeah, I do remember. I mean, I say we all know, but I do distinctively remember the scene where he's, you know, talking to 2099 Spider-Man, and he's like, nah, MJ's about to die, we just gotta leave her. And Peter's like, bro, if you can save him, why not save him? You know, if you don't get that, you don't get being Spider-Man. Which honestly, that alone throws him into the 2 thumbs up, because that's just a crazy thing to say. Not crazy in a bad way, but like, it was a great speech. Like, I heard that, I was like, you know what, bro, if I could, I would hop in the game and I would save her. You know, I was saying, you got me inspired. You got little me inspired. But Yeah, no, Edge of Time was a cool video game. I love the concept. Other than that, I couldn't tell you too much about it. But I do remember the little distinct moments that makes Edge of Time Pete get two thumbs up. Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm not gonna lie, when this cartoon came out, I was hating on it. I definitely was, because Spectacular Spider-Man ended so abruptly, and then it got replaced with this guy. It was, I just bit my tongue. It was kind of like, to me, I thought the same thing with Toby, like Toby Spider-Man, just boom, done, and then Andrew came along. But over time, this is a cool cartoon. I don't want to say it's 2 thumbs up. It's pretty solid. I don't mind it. You know, it definitely has its moments where it shines easily. I think it's a cool, interesting take on Spider-Man, having him be like a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then with Iron Fist, White Tiger, and Nova was cool to see. I will say, them including Nova was really cool. They did include like a sort of lesser known batch of heroes, which is always really nice to see, you know, other than the standard, oh, Iron Man, Captain America, you know. But yeah, it was a cool take. I didn't mind it. I thought it was calm show. Tom Holland Spider-Man. Now this is very interesting because I don't think he's Spider-Man until Aunt May dies in No Way Home. Every moment prior to that in the movies, I look at him and I don't see Spider-Man. I just see a boy in a Spider-Man costume, you know, which is cool for what they're going for. You know, they were like, oh, the first 3 movies are his origin story, which is kind of ironic because the further promotion for Homecoming, they were like, oh, everybody knows Spider-Man's origin. We don't need to do Spider-Man's origin. But the whole trilogy ended up being his origin. I just think that's because, like, people were like, yo, this isn't Spider-Man. And they were like, okay, we gotta recover. So they just were like, whatever, his first 3 movies is his origin story. But once Aunt May dies, I think that's when he becomes Spider-Man. Like, that's when, after that moment, I wasn't really upset with him being Spider-Man. Not to say I was upset with it prior, but I was just like, bro, this isn't Spider-Man. But once Aunt May dies and the whole tone of the movie shifts, and, you know, he obviously has Toby and Andrew to help guide him, and that's his Uncle Ben moment. But that's just, from that point on, I'm like, yeah, bro, you're Spider-Man. So with all that being said, where do I put him? I think, unfortunately, I have to leave him in mid, just because I haven't seen enough of him being Spider-Man to me that I can move him in pretty good. Because if I'm looking at him as a whole across, well, his 3 main movies, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. So, bro, he's been in 8 movies? Oh my goodness. He's just okay. Like, you know, there's nothing to write home about his Spider-Man. But I will say, after No Way Home, they have the cleanest slate to make Tom easily the best Spider-Man. Tom's a great actor. He obviously delivers that youthful charm that everybody associates with Spider-Man, even though he is going into college and he'll be like less, well, not less youthful, but I mean, I guess he'll be older, but he does have that banter aspect that is so important to Spider-Man's fighting and just his character in general. But yeah, I think I have to leave Tom Spider-Man in mid right now. This Spider-Man, I'm just throwing it in, bro. I'm not explaining why. He's just no. All right, so now we move into the Spider-Verse Spider-Man. This is Peter B, and then this is, I mean, I think they're both Peter B, right? Because Peter is Peter Benjamin Parker. But this is, well, to me, what I know as the Ultimate Spider-Man, you know, the one that dies. And then this is main continuity Spider-Man. I don't know, it gets a little confusing in Spider-Verse because, like, it is comic accurate, but it's not, at the same time, it's not a 1-to-1 adaptation, which is a little weird because the way they deal with the multiverse, it's like, this is the, I don't know, that's a whole nother thing. But we'll go with Peter B. Peter B is one of the best Spider-Man adaptations. I think it's another thing people associate with Spider-Man in terms of him being like the down bad character sort of thing, and I think that really shows in the first Into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse, he's not really in that movie too much. can't remember. I gotta watch it again. But his character in the first movie is great. You know, like the older, like veteran, experienced Spider-Man, really experienced. You know, and then the whole like, oh, I'm your mentor, but I don't want to be your mentor sort of thing going on. And he does do a great job, you know, mentoring Miles, and it all comes full circle at the end of the movie. But he's a great Spider-Man. You know, he's got the little funny banter that everybody associates with Spider-Man. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I do enjoy him on screen, and I would say he's better than everybody below. So yeah, I mean, might as well throw him up there. I don't know the name of this. I know which Spider-Man it is. It's the one that dies, but I feel like that's also just Peter B, but Peter Parker. I don't know how they distinguish them. But this Spider-Man, it's interesting because I feel like he can go in one of the best ones, but the only reason I went through, but I don't know, bro. The very limited time he was on the screen, I was like, yeah, yo, you got it, bro. Literally, the only thing holding him back from the best ones is just the amount of screen time he has. He dies pretty early in the movie, obviously, but like, from what we see, he is Spider-Man. Like, he's literally just Spider-Man. So I guess he would have to go in the best ones, right? Because he's literally just Spider-Man, like as much Spider-Man as you can be. I don't know. We'll leave him there for now. But obviously, this list is not in order, so we'll rearrange it once we have everybody on there. But last but certainly not least, Spider-Man PS4. This is an interesting one to rank because he is definitely like in the top, bro. He's definitely in the top 2 tiers. I think he just has to go in the GOAT, which I should probably throw it S at the end of that tier. But Spider-Man PS4, I really wish I captured my reaction to the first game, bro. Like, bro, the first game is so good, and we are finally a week away from the second one. But his adaptation, Yuri's number one. Yuri is a great voice actor for Spider-Man. But what can you say about this Spider-Man? Like, I don't think he has any flaws, bro. Like, he is number one. Is he the most experienced Spider-Man on this list? I don't know. Edge of Time Spider-Man might be more experienced. Okay, this Spider-Man is definitely more experienced. But Peter at this point, you know, he graduated college. I think he graduated college, and you know, he's struggling with his job. He's struggling with MJ, and May's alive. He's got financial issues. Like, literally everything that's so important to Spider-Man's character is present in this Peter. And he's definitely like the strongest Spider-Man I've seen. Like, well, okay, ignoring like Cosmic Spider-Man and like the crazy superpowered other Spider-Man, but like in terms of just like raw Spider-Man abilities, he's like only second to 616 Spider-Man. And like, bro, he beat the entire Sinister Six on like 36 broken bones or something crazy like that. Like, he got curb stomped by all of them at once, split them up, decimated. He's injured beyond belief, and he takes him down, bro. Like, the city's in shambles. He's public enemy number 1. Like, bro, this Peter has gone through so much in that first game alone. Like, everything he's gone through prior and like in the comics and stuff, like, he's definitely just like, dare I say, the perfect Spider-Man. I can't find a single flaw in him. Am I biased? You could call it bias, sure, but like, literally my bias would have started when the game came out. It's not like that was my first exposure to Spider-Man. So yeah, I just think he is Spider-Man, bro. He is definitely Spider-Man. All right, so now that everybody is on the board, I am going to try to order them from what I think best to worst in their tiers. I mean, obviously, like, worst in the best ones tier is still better than everything else, but like, y'all know what I mean. But I will attempt to order them from best to worst. Okay, so we are back. I did reorder the list, and I also added Miles. When I got to the end of this list, I realized that Miles just wasn't on here, so I'll briefly talk about these two. Insomniac Miles right here, and then Spider-Verse Miles right here. I do think Insomniac Miles is better in terms of just Spider-Man adaptations. Well, I guess it would be Miles adaptations, though. But I don't know. Insomniac Miles is kind of the same thing with like Insomniac Pete. Like they just kind of embody Spider-Man so much that it's like it's really hard just to not enjoy them. The only reason this Miles is below these guys is just because we've seen so little of him. We saw him in, I mean, he had his own game. It was much shorter than Spider-Man PS4. You know, it's like it's a little bit more than a DLC. Okay, it's more than a DLC, but like it wasn't like big enough to be like, you know, I guess it just wasn't as big as a scale as Spider-Man PS4, but it makes sense. It's like more of a connector game. It's like Spider-Man 1.5, you know, but he will be in Spider-Man 2, a main character in Spider-Man 2, so that'll be a lot better to see, you know, more of him on screen. And then Spider-Verse Miles, great adaptation, you know, as well. Like same thing with this Peter, like they're just kind of like comic book versions of the character. Can't really go wrong with any of them, but I do think this Miles is a little bit better. But so let's talk about the orders of the tier list. So these two are definitely interchangeable, and I do think they will change depending on my mood. Like I might finish Spider-Man 2 and be like, yo, Yuri is just the best Spider-Man, like so easily. Okay, if that Spider-Man 2 could add to his character that much, but hypothetically, if it didn't add to his character that much, I would just be more influenced to bring Spider-Man PS4 to the forefront. But Spectacular Spider-Man, I just think that's the best Spider-Man you could probably get, like in terms of comic book adaptation and just Spider-Man being Spider-Man. Like that's the best it can get right there, or at least that's the best we've gotten. Like I said, you can definitely do this and I wouldn't be mad at it, because the same thing can be said for Spider-Man PS4, but at least right now this is how I'm feeling. But it's not like a sizable gap or anything. Like this is literally 1A and 1B, and this can literally, like I said, be reversed, and this is 1A 1B, and I wouldn't even be mad. I would actually be happy, because that's where my bias comes in. But I love both of them. I don't know. Actually, both of these are number one. Forget 1A and 1B. They're literally both number one. But in terms of the best ones this tier, this is a little interesting, because I find it hard to compare this Spider-Man to two live-action Spider-Man. But if I were, you know, if it was like life on the line, yada yada yada, this is probably how I would rank them. Maybe, I don't know. Because then now I'm starting to look like in turn. I don't know. I think I gotta do this, because Tobey's movies complement his Spider-Man so well that I think, I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like these are definitely two interchangeable ones, because I look at, with Tobey, I'm looking at the aspect of his movies boosting his Spider-Man, but with Andrew, I'm looking at the aspect of him isolated from his movies. But I don't know. These can also go back and forth. I feel I personally do I get more enjoyment out of the, I would say I get more enjoyment out of the Tobey movies than the 90s cartoon, because the Tobey movies are more modern, maybe. But I don't know. I think I just might like Tobey Spider-Man more than I like the 90s Spider-Man. But I think this Spider-Man is definitely a better adaptation of Spider-Man. So I'm gonna leave it the same. So I was supposed to do all this off camera. I would leave it the same. Yeah, so 90s Spider-Man, I think as a whole is better than Tobey's Spider-Man. It was also better than Andrew's Spider-Man, because Andrew's movies are just not as good. If Andrew's movies were as good as Tobey's movies, Andrew would like probably be the number one pick for Spider-Man, but he's not. So yeah, a lot of these two, distinguishing these two has to just come in with the world around them. And Toby does a great, or Toby's movies do a great job of building a world around him, but so does a 90s Spider-Man cartoon. And I think where 90s Spider-Man cartoon has the edge is just interacting with other superheroes. Not saying that's an important part of Spider-Man's character, because it's literally not, but I think that pushes him over the edge a little bit, because these two are great adaptations. So yeah, Andrew Spider-Man is great. I think Insomniac Miles has the potential to be like, to be, I think maybe right. I think his ceiling is probably right here, but as of right now, I don't think he's better than any of these three. But like I said, we haven't seen a lot of them. And these two guys, they're just chill, good adaptations, great adaptations actually. Some of the best, obviously, but I don't think they're better than anything in front of them. Obviously, this Spider-Man, I think if we saw a lot more of him, then he could definitely be the best. It seems like he's just Spider-Man, like literally ripped straight from the comics. Whether that is Ultimate Spider-Man, I mean it is Ultimate Spider-Man, but the Ultimate Spider-Man in the comics, I don't know. But this is a great adaptation. But like I said, we just haven't seen enough of him. This is a great show, good Spider-Man. I'm trying not to talk too long on all of these guys, but yeah, I think everything else is pretty uniform. This is my list of the best Spider-Man. It's like objective and personal at the same time, because there are, I mean, but the thing about being objective and personal is I think those kind of go hand in hand with me. Like, it's not full personal, otherwise Toby would be like up here, yada yada yada, but it is objective in terms of like this Spider-Man being better than Toby and whatnot. But like, I don't know, I think I look at this list and I feel good. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this somewhat sort of different video. I've never done a tier list on the channel, but Spider-Man would be the one I would do it for. I would also probably rank the Spider-Man movies. I would do that if you want to see it. But the Star Wars movies, Star Wars characters, Spider-Man and Star Wars are like the two greatest things ever created. So yeah, I would definitely do it for them. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in a week. If I don't see you sooner, which I probably won't, but I'll see you in a week with Spider-Man 2, aka the greatest game of all time. Peace.